So here is the first technique practice page that you've been working on over the last couple of days in your sketchbooks. So you've been using the oil pastels from your art kit, and we are doing 3 pages that will help you to develop some skills to be creating an artwork using oil pastels. But we want to practice some skills first before we get to the artwork, so that you have some tools to create a better artwork. So you've been practicing first mixing colors. The next one that you're going to do is you are going to do a page that looks like this, which is some different textures using some different methods of the way that you apply the pastel. And then you are going to be doing this one, which is mixing a color with black and white to create some light and dark areas.
So the second page you're going to do is the texture page. So you're going to make 3 rectangles, taking up, a large part of the page on your sketchbook. You're going to do one that is scrumbling, which I'm writing at the top there, sgraffito, and then hatching. So scrumbling is basically when you're moving the pastel in a circular motion, and you're just kind of doing circles on top of circles, just kind of laying the pastel down in that kind of a motion. And I'm mixing it here with some sort of yellow tones, a little bit of brown, a little bit of sort of that peach color, and just sort of mixing and blending it in that scrumbling motion. Second one here you're going to do is called sgraffito, and what sgraffito means is carving into. So you're going to find yourself a toothpick is what I used, is ideal. If you don't have that, maybe find a paper clip, or something that just basically has a sharp edge. You're going to lay down some color, as I'm doing here. It doesn't have to be brown. It can be any color of your choice. I mixed a little bit of black. I mixed a little bit of white. And then I'm going in now and I'm doing a design with the toothpick and scratching out some of the pastel color to create that design. The third one here is hatching, and hatching basically is lines just added up beside each other, and that's just another way of laying down the color on the page, and that's going to create a different texture. Hatching is good for things like grasses and just to create that kind of look and effect. I'm layering it with some other yellows and greens there. Last page is the mixing a color with black and white. So you're going to find something to do 2 circles on your page, and then you're going to choose a color that you want to do. I have blue and green. You can choose whichever colors that you like. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. But you are going to be creating a light side to a dark side. So you're going to have to use your white, and you're going to have to use your black, and then a color of your choice. And so the idea is that we want to be thinking about having light areas and dark areas in our drawings. And so this is a practice for you to start to think about, okay, well, how do I fade from light to dark? And so you're going to do 2 of those to give you some practice doing it a couple of times and sort of understanding how to do it with a few different colors. You can be using, if there's a couple of different greens, you think about which green is maybe the darker green, which is the lighter green. And the darker green would obviously be sort of mixed on the more so the side with the black, and a lighter green mixed on the side with the white. And you want to have a nice fade from light to dark in that circle.
Anytime you're mixing colors, you always need to think about the color wheel, because the colors that are beside each other on the color wheel are the colors that you're going to mix. So you can pick any, range on the color wheel of a couple, 2, 3 colors, and those are going to mix together. If you try to mix colors that are opposite on the color wheel, it's not going to work for you. That's just something that you always need to keep in mind. Okay, just as a quick recap, you will be submitting these 3 pages for your skill development for oil pastels: the color mixing in the rectangles like this, the textures in this one, and then the mixing with black and white in this one.